What is up? What is up? Got some War Thunder going on again. I just started playing it again after a little bit of a sabbatical from the game. It's been a couple months, I think. And there was an update a couple weeks back, so I just kind of jumped in and wanted to see what it was all about. And then the other bonus is that PlayStation also had an update, and now you can actually map out the keys on for games and stuff like that, all the buttons. I think I haven't done it yet. I have to find out where the heck it is. But that was one thing that I kind of always hated about War Thunder, is that, you know, I mean, there's so many things that you gotta have that a mouse and keyboard is way more easier to use than a controller. You know, like just in the bottom of the screen right there, you've got all the D-pad directions. You got combinations of R1 that you have to use with the stick and the X button. It's like three to four steps to do one little thing, like calling your artillery. And a computer player is just going to press one hot key and pull it up, zoom into where he's going to drop the arty, and you know, it's all said and done within seconds. Here, you're fumbling over buttons. But anyway, so all that aside, back to War Thunder. I'm driving out the M22 Locust, and just a few things to say about that is I have a lot of fun playing in this little tank, actually. You know, I mean, you already saw that I passed by two of my friendly tanks with ease. This thing is just so fast. The other thing is, you know, and it can be a detriment at times, is that this thing is almost uncontrollable. And by that I mean, if you're not going in a straight line, this thing will try and drift everywhere that you go. It spins at, you know, at full speed. It almost turns on a dime. But for some reason or another, the way the physics work in the game, it doesn't actually, you know, grip the ground. So like I said, it drifts. So you could do power slides and all kinds of stuff in this tank. But that's probably what I find the most fun about it, is being able to outmatch other heavier tanks because of the maneuverability, being able to drive circles around them without their turret being able to track me. Yeah, so the downside to this tank is it's basically a paper, you know, or a glass cannon, I guess they call it in other games. Not even a glass cannon. It's basically, it's like a light bulb. You know, it goes real quick, and it can turn real fast, but as you'll see here, I mean, and these are heavy tanks, so it's not even going to pen any of this armor. The cannon on it is, you know, very underpowered compared to the other vehicles that it will encounter at its tier. But you know, I mean, you have to understand what this tank was meant to do. It's a scout tank. It's not meant to, you know, go in and take out other armored vehicles. It's there to find the enemy positions, report it in, call in artillery, you know, maybe take out some other light tanks or anti-air, but that's about it, you know. But like I said, I have a lot of fun playing it just because of all the crazy stuff that you can get yourself mixed in with. So like right here, I've come up behind 3 enemy tanks. They're all heavy. They're all KV series tanks, KV2 and 2 KV1s. But luckily I've got that Sherman that I passed a little while back. He's going to move up here and help me out, allow me to advance past these guys, or you know, just be involved in the firefight at some point. So I think the Sherman takes this tank out right here, and at that point we're going to move up, advance on their position, because that one KV, I have no idea why he's backing up into where the majority of our force used to be. I don't know if he was just trying to figure out what's shooting at him or what, why he's turned around. Because the rest of the battlefield is to his back right now, and I don't know why he would do that. Anyway, so he's gonna move out of sight, and we're gonna move up. Now, like you just saw before, I was firing at the KV-2's turret, that big old freaking bulky thing on top of the tank, and I don't know why, or I have no idea how, but the player in this Sherman here on my right doesn't even see him. Look at, there he is, right up there on that rock. So I stop, and I take a test shot just to make sure he's still there, and sure enough, I don't get a hit there, but I at least know that he's an active tank. And that Sherman just kept cruising right along in front of him. Oh man, I don't know. I guess you know, playing in the Locust for a little while, I kind of get a little bit more more sense of the battlefield, and I have to constantly be looking at the horizon for that, you know, that heavy tank or that even the medium tanks that are gonna be able to lob a shell from 1,000 meters and take me out in one hit. But so anyway, I get up behind this guy and I just start harassing the shit out of him because really I can't do much. I get a couple pens, hitting transaxles, that kind of stuff, but I can't get any shots in to hit the engine to at least you know, maybe set him on fire, which I doubt. I don't think this tank can do that, but you know, do some damage to the point where he's just sitting here and he can't move anymore. I don't know. I guess I could have tried to track him, but yeah, I don't know. So I got a pen there and I hit the engine, but it didn't really. I don't think it did anything. He might be repairing right now. Actually, I don't know. Maybe my damage did something, but nah, there he goes. So yeah, call in artillery. He's moving out. I saw one of the artillery rounds landed on that KV-1, but it didn't do anything, I don't think. Either that or the artillery that we're using is like a mortar. It doesn't have any armor penetration on these guys. Anyway, so yeah, I switch over to fire at the back of that KV-1, and the KV-2 now is realizing that there's something behind him. But he fires at me and tracks me and sets me on fire all in one hit, but he doesn't take me out. And this is the part where I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Does he think that I'm just burning out? I mean, I'm not on fire anymore. So he just looks like he's got some anti-air firing at him or something, but he totally ignores me. So I sit here and I repair the entire time, you know, just watching him, waiting. And then so we got some friendly tanks over there past A that are shooting at him now too. And yeah, that's an anti-air that's firing at him. So the KV-1 is still here, the KV-2 is here. The KV-2 is now like turning around to see what's going on behind him, and I mean, as far as the minimap goes, there's nothing back there for my team. But so he's cruising up, and yes, the clutch repair. And here he's like, son of a bitch. Look at, he can't turn the turret fast enough. Do a little slide, get one more shot off at his back. Doesn't do anything. So you can see why I think they called this the Locust. It's so good at harassing the enemy. It's so much fun. I mean, you can kind of troll. You control the heavy tanks like this that have no turret speed. Other vehicles that are good for are like the assault guns, like the Stug and the IS series tanks, because they only have they have a fixed peripheral vision, and they have a like a fixed left and right traversing of their gun. They actually physically have to rotate the tank in order to target something. So I mean, you can roll up on them and just do circles around them, and all they're gonna do is get dizzy from spinning their tank around trying to hit you. And the other one is anti-air, because they're soft targets, so you're gonna be able to take them out. But yeah, I just keep chasing him down, and he just keeps ignoring me. It's so funny. So I just keep pelting him in the back. There's a KV-1 over here on the flag. Actually, there's two KV-1s on the flag. And I think this guy's having the same problem I was having, because they're both KV-1s, and in realistic, you're usually matched up with the same faction. So like, I'm in an American tank, which is kind of odd because I'm in an American tank, and we had Germans on my team. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, like right there, that anti-air goes right past me. Doesn't even know if I'm friendly, enemy. I don't know what he was thinking. He just passed me by. That's something that I've had problems with was, you know, like I said before, there's no 3D spotting, but your friendlies do have a blue icon on them, you know, when you're close. But, you know, I don't know. So I don't know if that KV2, I didn't really read the kill feed. But like right here, so this Stug 3, he rolls past me, and I'm like, I don't know if he's friendly or enemy, you know? So I take a shot at him, and I penetrate, but I don't get any credit for a hit, so I can only guess that he's a friendly. Luckily, I didn't do a whole lot of damage to him. So, see, he rolls past this KV-1 that's been sitting here that I knew was an enemy the whole time, and he gets taken out by him, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, the KV-1 is an enemy because I get credit for doing a crit. But yeah, it's so funny. I get a whole lot of XP there for that one crit, for getting a kill assist by that bomber. But yeah, so I don't know. I have to play the game a little bit more and see what's going on with that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to try and cap this flag a little bit. But there'll be an enemy KV-1 that rolls in on my right, as you know, from their spawn area, and he'll end up taking me out in one shot. I probably should have gone forward rather than backwards, but I figured he might not have seen me, and I was hoping that that palm tree would obscure his line of sight, but I guess it didn't. So anyway, I'm back at War Thunder. I'll try and put up some more videos of it. Just some crazy stuff like this. But yeah, if you get the M22 Locust, it's a blast. Anyway, I'll see you next time.